Random Thought.
This is Random Thoughts with your host, Andrew Pollock.
Coming to you from Fresh Meadows, New York, in the New York City borough of Queens, this is the Random Thought program on Spreaker and, of course, simulcasted on YouTube. I am your host and your producer, Andrew Pollock. Today is January 8th. Friday, 2016. My goodness. This weather here in New York City is mad. It's just Mother Nature is teasing us this year. She really is. I went outside. Because right now it's almost 2 o'clock. I went outside after 12 o'clock. Went down 73rd Avenue because, just in case I took 2 extra layers of me because I don't know what this weather has given me. It felt warm. There was a little wind, and I just saw the weather app before I started recording. It's 45 right now outside, but they said... this is what the other people said on the radio. I think it was 10-10 winds. They said that we're supposed to break a record on Sunday while it's raining. A record that's been around since the 19th century. That's how long they've kept these meteorological readings on, I guess, record high temperatures. We're supposed to hit 60 degrees on Sunday afternoon. But at night, it's going to go back to 32 degrees. And then we're supposed to get this ridiculous wind chill that's supposed to bring us into the 20s for a wind chill, but the high is supposed to be 36 on Monday. And then they're saying we might get snow on Wednesday. They don't know yet. I'm hoping it's not a nor'easter. I'm hoping it's not a blizzard because then that'll mess up my plans for the week. Because then, if it snows, how am I going to get to Manhattan when I do my shopping once a week? Because, let me tell you, when it snows around here, the whole subway system just gets messed up. It just does. And, it'll just mess up my plans this week. So I hope Mother Nature's not going to give us a big snowstorm. 1 to 3 inches won't be that bad. That's plowable, but... it's not like a foot where the subway system can just get, Anyhow, yeah. I want to talk about the NFL playoffs coming up because I will give my thoughts about the games. And, I want to give my thoughts about the upcoming college football final between Clemson and Alabama coming up this Monday. I think it'll be a very fun game to watch. Let's just hope it doesn't become a blowout. But I need to start off the show with something very, very important. No, it's not about NFL head coaches being hired or fired. It's something else. Something that involves the radio industry. Now, last night, if you were going on my Twitter feed, you might have seen me tweet out the Joey Boots. Yeah, first of all, I'll explain to you who Joey Boots is. He's a regular on the Howard Stern show. And for years, I've appreciated this guy. I just have. And, probably most people know him in the New York area as the guy who shouts Baba Booey live on the local TV stations here in New York. And, I was talking to him last night that I told him that I wanted to go on Sirius XM as a guest and go in the studio with Howard and Robin and hopefully get to meet High Pitch Eric and Joey. But here's what happened last night. Joey gave me this weird 516 number, and I'll give it out in a sec. Now, before you call it, I have to warn you, there are some things that I can't say that were, there's some really, really bad cursing that I can't say on the air because then I'll get negative reaction about it. But anyhow, if anybody's ever heard of this comedian named Jackie Martzligan, I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but the weird thing was, I called this 516 number, and it was this comedian cursing, Jackie Martzligan, and he was promoting this show out in Bohemia, which is in Suffolk County, which is about an hour where I am here in Fresh Meadows. And believe me, I know where this comedy club is. It's on Veterans Highway, but the point I'm trying to make is that I thought that I got the phone number to Howard Stern's producer, Gary DeLabonte. And I was hoping that, I could talk to Gary about my schedule and when I could come on, because I can usually get to Manhattan between Tuesdays and Thursdays, because Monday, I have that obligation to do something as usual. I'm not going to get into it. But, yeah, I really thought that I was going to be a guest on the Howard Stern Show. I thought I was going to be able to promote this podcast. I thought I was going to be able to meet everybody, including his staff, by the way. So he has really nice staff, Howard Stern. And, my goodness, I was really disappointed. And as of 2 o'clock, I have not heard back from Joey Boots. Literally, I have not. And it's been bothering me all day. And I'm going to give out the 516 number now. I mean, if Joey can just tweet this number out, I might as well just give it out in case some people don't mind cursing. I'm going to give it out right now. Because it's for a promotion, by the way. It's 516-922-9463. Again, area code 516, which is Nassau County. 516-922-9463. Again, if you want to deal with cursing from this comedian who's probably a nobody, which I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who he is. That's what also bothered me. And, it just, that's what's been bothering me all day. But, if Joey is listening to this, I hope he is, or somebody from the Howard Stern Show is listening to this, I would appreciate an email. So, I'm going to give out my email address right now, in general, because I always do. It's Andrew718Pollock@gmail.com. Because, again, I am left wondering, why hasn't Joey gotten me back on Twitter? It's 2 o'clock. I tweeted him at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's been bothering me all day. So, now that that's done with, and now that I don't need to talk about it anymore, let's actually talk sports. Yes, please. We have a lot of good football to look forward to. Yes. The NFL playoffs start tomorrow. And I did give out the games on my last podcast. And, looking at it, we're really going to get spoiled. Well, except one game that still bothers me, but I'll get into that in a sec. So, I'm going to begin off with the obvious one. And I figured for the national audience, it would be fair to them. Let's talk about the 3 things that we need to pay attention to as Clemson and Alabama are playing against each other. Now, first of all, I want to say that if not that many people are caught up by it by now, Clemson is the undefeated team, number one in the country, and Alabama is I forget what ranked team they are, but they did make it in the top four, and they did beat Michigan State and embarrassed them on New Year's Eve. So, and I want to thank Athlete Sports, whoever this website is, because I agree with them on this. 3 things you gotta pay attention to in this game. 1, how is Alabama's defense going to stop Deshaun Watson? Seriously, how? That's one question that needs to be answered. The second question that needs to be answered is, are we going to see both defenses try to stop the run game? Now, the reason why I say both defenses, I'm talking about both Clemson and Alabama is. I just said it before. How is the Alabama defense going to stop Deshaun Watson? But the other question I wonder is, how is the Clemson defense going to stop Derrick Henry? That's the question that needs to be answered. And, the big thing to watch of this game overall is the run game. The run game for both teams are going to matter. No matter if it's Deshaun Watson for Clemson, and of course, no matter if it's going to be Derrick Henry, the running back from the Tide. I think that if you're going to watch the game on Monday night, you're going to be focused more on the run game, because that's what you're going to get out of this game coming up. But if I am making a prediction right now, because I'm being completely honest here, I really think Alabama's going to win this game. Just because, and this is a stat that's been proven, every time that Coach Saban has taken Alabama to a college football final, they're 3-0. They're undefeated. So why shouldn't this trend continue? I mean, obviously it should. If it doesn't, then that means that for the first time since 1981, Clemson's going to win their first title. So keep that in mind, because that's what you're going to get. Now, I need to get into the NFL playoffs, because this is very important, obviously, next to, the big college football final that I just talked about. There are questions that need to be answered regarding these 4 games. First, we got the Bengals and the Steelers. Now, first of all, no matter what happens, because I know McCarron's not going to win this game against the Steelers, the question is left remaining. And this is the big worry I have about this game, because I know the past game for the Steelers is going to be fine. What concerns me the most going into this game, who is going to be the running back? You don't know if it's going to be D'Angelo Williams or it's going to be Le'Veon Bell. You don't know how deep Pittsburgh has when it comes to running back. So that's something I want to pay attention to. And the thing is, about A.J. McCarron, I mean, is he ready to be an NFL quarterback if he wins this game? Because, let's be honest, if I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, I know my team's not going to win. I'm seriously going to give my playoff run to a second-year quarterback who basically was a national name when he was in Alabama? I don't think so. I'd rather have Dalton be my quarterback. So, those are the questions I have going into this game. Now, the Chiefs versus the Texans. I really want to know, and this is what I want to see. I really want to see if the Texans defense can give the Kansas City Chiefs problems. I honestly think they can, because this is an opportunity for J.J. Watt to become more well-known in this league. I mean, he is a superstar right now, but he's going to be on a national stage tomorrow afternoon. A lot of people are going to be watching that game on ABC. And the thing is, he knows this is his opportunity to show the entire country that his defense can stop this Kansas City Chiefs team that's been on this amazing run. Because most experts think that this Kansas City Chiefs team can win it all. Why should I be convinced that they should win the Super Bowl? Why? Because I think this is going to be a competitive game. As long as the Texans defense gets and fools Alex Smith. I really think so. So, if I'm in Vegas, I'm giving Houston a 1-point favorite. I'm being honest. I'd give them 1-point favorite. Even though, if it's going to be Reeton, if it's going to be, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be on tomorrow. But the defense for the Texans is going to keep them in this game. I really think so. Now, the Seahawks versus the Vikings. And I just love talking run game today. I just really do. First of all, the forecast for that game, Sunday afternoon. They're saying that it's going to be one of the coldest in NFL history. Now, it won't be as cold as the Ice Bowl was in 1982, but what concerns me the most, two things that concerns me the most about this game is the run game. It really does. Because I really want to know, because I know how Russell Wilson's a mobile quarterback. I really want to know how Russell Wilson can handle this cold weather, and I want to know if the cold is going to affect Adrian Peterson. Because sometimes the cold weather can affect your game. It really can. Because the defense apparently has a advantage in cold weather. It just does. I don't expect to see a lot of yards gained on the run game Sunday afternoon. I expect to see a lot of passing, and I expect to see a couple big turnovers happen during this game. That's my expectation, but as a safe bet, just because I'm kind of a fanboy of Russell Wilson, I'm being honest, I think the Seahawks are going to win by a field goal. That's how I see it. And last but not least, Packers versus Redskins. Now, Originally, I thought that this game was going to be boring, but turns out the spread has gotten pretty interesting. It's very mixed. One spread picks the Redskins, one spread picks the Packers. You know, no matter what, I still think Green Bay is going to win that game. But I really want to see if Kirk Cousins can make a name out of himself. Because if he can show everybody watching Sunday afternoon that he can be a leader, then we'll be talking about how he became a leader. Because the Packers are such a mess right now. They really, really are. Where they lost to 3 teams in their division at Lambeau. So, I expect a very close and competitive game. But, and I mean but, I really want to know if Aaron Rodgers is going to have enough gut in him to win this football game. I think he can, but we shall have to see. But one more thing before I end the show today is this. I'm expecting the Steelers to blow out the Bengals overall in general. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Pittsburgh is just going to destroy them. I really think they will. As long as Roethlisberger is passing the football and they're not running it that much, I really think the Steelers are going to blow out the Bengals. That's how I see it. All right. That'll end the show for today. Thank you for listening to this football preview show, I guess, as I want to call it today. I will give my reaction to all these games next week here on Spreaker and, of course, on the YouTube Simulcast. And again, if you want to contact me, my email is andrew718pollock@gmail.com. I am on Twitter and Instagram, Andrew Sports Fan, and of course my Tumblr blog, tumblr.com/Andrew Sports Fan. Until next time, enjoy the games, and goodbye.